Hello, welcome to Ward 13. I'm your host with my co-host, Kyle Clayton here. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing very well, Michael. How are you?
Not great. Lost my debit cards today, and I have no idea where they are. And do you know why?
Because you don't have a wallet.
Because you were supposed to give them to me, and you didn't. So I'm mad at you, and that's fine. But it's also because I have ADD, adult ADD, I think. And a lot of us suffer from this. And today we're going to spread some light on this subject. We're also going to celebrate John Hopwood's ninth year anniversary,
Eighth.
eighth year anniversary here on Ward 13. So that'll be fun. But first, let's get to the bottom of why I lost my debit cards. Where did you see them last?
On the floor next to the pool.
Okay, on the floor next to the pool. See, me, I remember a shiny piece of paper that was next to it, but now I don't know where anything is because of my adult ADD. Now, have I been diagnosed? No. Have a lot of people out there? No. I feel like the whole world's losing their mind right now. What about you?
Um, you were making me lose. I had a whole thing planned, but yeah, we'll go with this. No, I handed you your cards. You don't have a wallet. You're 67 years old and you still can't find your keys or your wallet. This is mind blowing to me. And then
It's also mind blowing to me, and it's really frustrating going through life, forgetting where your keys are, forgetting where everything is, and it's so frustrating. But anyway, Kyle's gonna administer a adult ADD test to me to see if I have ADD. So without further ado, if you would, Kyle, I've prompted it right here. So just ask the questions, please.
uh, okay, yep. What age are you, Michael?
I am 45 years old.
Fantastic. Uh, when do you first remember having problems focusing, paying attention, or sitting still?
Let's see. I probably about 4 or 5 years ago, big time.
We'll call that in recent years. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have to pay to go forward with this test. So, very good.
Oh. Well, there you have it. I have ADD. You do not have to pay to agree. When something goes wrong, I tend to think the worst possible scenario. Strongly agree, somewhat agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. When something goes wrong, I tend to dwell. Do you tend to dwell?
No, this is not an argument. Like, I handed you your cards, and you have no idea where you put them after that. This is a common occurrence with you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And it tends to ruin my day. It really does. And,
You ruined my day.
well, I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle.
It's not our day, by the way.
We're trying to help
This is
out.
John Hopwood's 7th year anniversary on the show.
Well, where is he?
He's got some things to do.
His back hurts.
It backs
So,
us. We need more lumbar support on these chairs.
and
But
here's also the problem. Whenever I get upset about something, it's hard for me to get off it. Like, this will bother me all day long. And I have to do a couple things today that are very important. It's going to be hard for me to focus on that, considering I don't know where my debit card, not just one, two, three missing debit cards now, and foil paper, which I use for art.
none of which are your cards.
I have my last name on them, so they're still my cards, and it's still my responsibility, which brings me to the next
It's
question.
incredible
Please,
that you're making
please
this
ask.
your day. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I tend to get overwhelmed when I have to do complex tasks like get a wallet, which require organization.
I would say
I
that
strongly agree. I
I
strongly agree.
strongly is an understatement. I get overwhelmed easily. Yes, so things are surging. Go ahead.
I worked so diligently on this day. How often are you distracted by activity or noise around you?
Hmm,
I will answer often.
that's a good question. I'd say often,
I
probably.
already answered for you.
All right.
Michael,
Now, just finish the test. Just 5 more questions.
it's difficult for me to pay attention, stay focused during difficult or tedious work. You don't work, so it's got to just be difficult in general.
It is hard for me to focus on certain things, except for the thing I'm focusing on at the moment. But then what happens is something else comes up, and then I lose track of it.
Would you not consider this your work?
This is absolutely,
Okay.
and I'm trying to shed light on the fact that not only do I go through this, but everyone else does. And what I need is a darn doctor to see me, someone I trust, and give me a prescription so I can fix my brain. Thank you. Go ahead. So strongly
Yep,
agree.
you're
Next
welcome.
question.
How often do you struggle with staying in one place?
How often do
Often. Next.
wait. How often do I struggle sitting in one place? Not that bad. I'm pretty good at that. I don't like to leave actually. Leaving is change is my biggest obstacle. So I'll put boom here there you go. And then the next question. 3 more. And if there's anyone out there that has ADD or they think they do, please call the number on the screen. I'm sure there is. Oh, you are medicated. So
Hey,
did you ever go through a frustrating period where you're like, ah,
Brandon,
about a year?
do you have a wallet? Do you have a structured schedule that you try to abide by? Now
Now
you
you
do.
do.
Okay,
So
but so you did the process. You did the legwork, if you will.
were you listening to him? What he said is he struggled with this for a year, and then you said, what? I got to get a doctor, right? And you did, and it took a little while to get that doctor, I assume?
Okay.
Right.
Around what
Thank you.
age, if you wouldn't mind us asking? Last fall. Okay.
Thank you. And it's
27. 37. I apologize.
it's good to hear that there are other people that do lose their foil paper and their not ID, but my 3 debit cards.
Michael, I am not one who's on. I'm not punctual. I'm all over the place all the time.
Well, it must be
But
nice.
you are affecting other people's lives at this point.
I know. Tell me about it, and everybody hates me for it.
So what are you doing to?
I have a physical in July, and then I have not brain test, blood test, whatever the protocol is. I'm going to do it. Last time, I freaked out and just walked out because I don't like to get my blood taken. But this time, I'm going to do it. I'm
I
going to
don't think
really
they
do
can
it.
find that in your blood, but
Well, no, it's like a whole thing. They test your whole body, and then they give you a test. So I'm trying to get ahead
okay.
of it.
So how often do you find
I'm
yourself
studying
interrupting others in social situations? Great segue.
all the time.
Absolutely. I'm not denying that, and I'm not here to knock people, but people who have been adamant about Michael trying to
I'm trying.
alleviate his symptoms and certain. I'm not a doctor. I cannot prescribe him certain things. This is long overdue. Is what I'm trying to
Yes,
imply.
I am. And I'm finally. This is the straw that broke my camel's back. So yeah, I interrupt people all the time, and I can't help it. It's like I don't want to hear what you're saying, but I got to tell you this, and I can't let go of a one-liner. I can't just. Please don't interrupt.
I get that, but some of his thoughts should absolutely fleet.
And when you get flack, if you will, flack from your friends, your best friends, it really it frustrates you more because like you don't know what I'm going through right now.
If you want to double down, let's talk about people with anxiety. I have crippling anxiety, so we are the worst combination of co-hosts you could possibly imagine. So everything he does gives me more and more anxiety, thus me getting more flustered. And
Yeah.
then it's then you play Celine Dion while I'm trying to make John Hopwood's 6.5 anniversary show the best it can possibly be.
Right.
And
Well,
now I'm the bad guy for being flustered, and that's not justifiable to me, I believe.
you're not the bad guy. You're just coming across bad right now because you're unsympathetic to me and Brandon's condition, which he recognized for a whole year.
Oh, I'm absolutely sympathetic, but Brendan is doing the legwork, and again, you were just
Right. Well, there had to be a moment. Was there a moment where you said enough with this?
so many
I
times.
always knew that there was something wrong, and I saw something on Instagram of just some silly bot video that says like you have ADHD if blah blah blah, and I ticked off every single one of the examples that they gave. It was so strange, and then I just started looking into it, and I got a doctor's appointment, and that's it.
And you meet with the doctor. Is it like something where you talk to this person?
Yes, you need to go in for an evaluation where they'll just talk to you, and it's nothing you need to prepare for.
Do you value your conversations?
Sure,
Do you open up?
of course.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up, let them in.
Now, Brendan, would you? Again, I'm not taking away from the people with these mental diagnoses. Some people are just lazy.
Is that a question?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. I mean, I'm not taking away from anyone, but
Well,
maybe there's some preemptive measures some could take that might
well, it's
benefit
funny
them.
you
I don't know.
say lazy because
I'm not saying you. Don't put words in my
one
mouth.
of the symptoms of depression, if you double down on depression, which I also incur, laziness is perceived as that. But depression, like you said, crippling anxiety, depression will stop you from standing up out of bed. Depression will, you can break a salsa glass jar on the floor of your bedroom and walk around it for 2 months straight with no reason why you're not picking that thing up.
That's
And
called inactive ADHD.
oh,
There's two types. There's hyperactive, which is exactly what you think, and there's inactive, where you just ignore things that need to be done and you only address them when there is consequences associated with it. Like you'll pile up bills and you'll only pay them or address that pile when it becomes a problem. Like that salsa thing, you'll clean it up as soon as you cut your foot on glass.
right.
But even then, would you clean your wound on the cut? We don't know. Just follow up. Your wife doesn't get mad when you see chips and salsa in bed?
Well, no. So that was just an example
It was not an
that
example.
Louis C.K. told on a podcast about how he has depression and he spilt a glass of salsa, and for 2 months he just walked around it, and everyone's like, "Why don't you just pick the thing up?" He's like, "I don't know. I
I can
just
understand
don't know. I
that.
don't know."
So when things accumulate, it just becomes overwhelming, and you just kind of
Or
you throw up the white flag, and that's
or
it. I
like
can get that, Michael.
or like
But the
why I
point,
get a boot on my car because I don't pay 10 tickets. And then all of a sudden, I'm literally hiding away from big boy parking guy. You all know who he is. Big smirk on his face when he put a boot on my car. Everyone taking selfies in front of it. That was cool.
that was me.
Yeah, it was you. And but why? Why am I avoiding this big boy guy and not just paying the parking tickets? Because I have inactive ADD.
Okay, and you. This is a self-diagnosis, by the way.
No, not really.
But no, I get it. My electricity got shut off. I completely understand that. You just ignore things because in the moment it's just easier that way. Like ignoring John Hopwood's 6 month anniversary. Thank you for John Hopwood.
Yes,
Keep ignoring that.
we have asked people to call in with their favorite John Hopwood moments. Um, Mine personally would be when he ran for county commissioner and he had the lead, and I told my whole family to vote for him, and they went, and they ended up saying like 2 out of 3 voted for him. And I was like, man, I'm like, what if he loses? And I thought he was gonna win, and then he got crushed at the end. So that's my favorite John Hopwood moment. Also, I love John Hopwood. He has my back, so I gotta give him that. You can't put a price on loyalty.
Absolutely not. And
He's a
some
good
would say
man.
he's an acquired taste, but
Oh, he's
if he's on your side, John Hopwood, he was my what I forgot what I even ran for, but he was my
yeah. But John Hopwood is definitely an acquired taste. Most people don't like him. Um,
That's not true.
But the people who do like him love him, and the people that love him are loyal to him and will always be, no matter how annoying he is.
He is not annoying, and most
It's
people do like
very
him.
annoying.
He's one of the most brilliant minds
Absolutely.
I've ever met, and it's just maybe overwhelming for some people, but I wouldn't say he's a great man. I would say that.
I would say he is a great man.
And for him to be here for 14 and a half years is absolutely incredible. I can't.
It's 5.5 years. He's been having.
He's given us this platform, and I wish he was here. If we could just get some more comfortable chairs for him,
Yeah,
he'd be here
bro.
more often.
If we could just get a little, like that chair over there looks very comfortable, but it's not here because we have to have these wooden ones that are nice to me. I like them. I like this chair.
I'm indifferent, honestly, but I can get where he's coming from. But
Yeah.
I did ask many people.
Happy 5 years, though, John. Honestly, 5 years on one show, Award 13, and then he changed the subject. They changed the title. Can you tell me what that is?
I'm sorry, what are you asking me? No,
His new
we're Ward 13 right now.
No, his new show that he changed. W
Can you just tell me? Because I don't know what you're referring to.
We pick your
We picked your
president,
president, yes.
which is the worst name I've ever heard ever. Which is why I demanded we go right back to Ward 13. We've been doing it for 4 years. Why would we not continue it? Oh, we have a call. Hi, you're on the air with Ward 13, Mike Gonzales and Kyle Clayton.
5 years. I was. Today's the 9th anniversary of my show.
9th.
Oh, 9. Yeah. Hey, John. So we've been talking
Yeah.
about adult ADHD, ADD. Do you have any?
Yeah, I have ADHD, and anybody that watches the show or deals with me knows.
Right. And Kyle said that most people like you. I said that the people who like you love you and they're loyal to you, but you are an acquired taste, correct?
All I know is I started that show 9 years ago to get laid, and nothing ever happened.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's
Well, I
weird.
mean, from the show.
How did that not happen when you're on television?
Well, here's the thing. I look at myself in the mirror, and I see myself at 39 years old, and I'm still good, somewhat good looking, and
Can you kill the
my own
fly, please?
estimation. Head hair and that. And then I go on the show, and then I have to watch the rerun because I process it and put it on YouTube by turning it into an MP4. So here I am, this 39-year-old Robert Redford lookalike. I go to the studio, do the show, then I'm watching the tape of it, and I'm saying to myself, who's that old man?
Now, 5 years on one show, what's that like?
So old,
Yeah. And you're saying that not one time has anyone come up to you, a female, and said, hey, I watch your show.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it never led to what you'd call, with politicians, when they use their office to, take favors or bribes, it's called conversion. Let's just say I've never been able to convert anything.
That's shocking to me.
Do you think maybe your big brain is too intimidating for some listeners? Because
I think
I'm scared
I
sometimes.
put it to this style. I look like Mr. Maguna.
Mm.
I'm about as tall as Mr. Maguna. And Mr. Magoo has far more money than I do, even though he's a fictional character. So, it all adds up to 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0.
That's good math.
I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, a lot of geniuses aren't dead broke. So what happened there, John?
I didn't go to law school.
Do you think you would have fared well in law school?
Oh, yeah. My father wanted me to go to law school. And, yeah. Have you ever seen the play Death of a Salesman, where Willie Loman, the salesman, he confronts his son who's, hasn't achieved anything in life. Let's just say he's a failure. and he blames him for. He says you threw your life away just to spite me. And when I think about not going to law school, my father wanted me to go to law school. On his deathbed, the last two things he said was, I'm 81 years old and I still don't understand about women. This is a guy that had many women in his life, by the way. And
Nice.
Your father fared well.
And the other one was go to law school. So then he died, and I found myself in a very low income bracket. And I sure showed him, didn't I, by not going to law school.
You stuck it to him, bud.
So, John, your father was did well with the ladies,
I would say so.
and that never trickled down, huh?
My brother did very well with the ladies.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, my brother is he's a normal person. He's not. I'll just say Elizabeth, my phone's about to die, but Elizabeth Roth saw me once where I gave a speech in honor of Bill Barry at some Democratic thing where the governor was there and Congressman Shea Porter or something. And then I heard about her from Heidi Hamer about how great an acupuncturist she was. So I went to see her, and she says, "Oh, God," this is what she told me afterwards. "In walks this guy. He's the biggest weirdo I've ever met."
And that was you?
And she had been an actress. Right. So, I'm a weirdo. My brother's normal,
Well, John, on behalf of Kyle and everyone else, we want to wish you a happy 4th anniversary on Ward 13. 4 years is a long time, and just keep it up, man. You're doing great. And one of these days, you'll convert.
By the time I get to convert a female fan, and if I'm allowed to use the word female anymore,
I think
into a lover, I will be so old. Not only will I not be able to function, I probably won't even remember. Well, let's just end it at that. Okay?
That's the end of the goal at the end of the day, right?
Right. Like, who needs, like, we all, that's my point. Today we're talking about ADD and not remembering things, and that's full circle. Now, real quick, before your phone dies, and I'm glad you killed that bee in the background, because that was quite obnoxious. Do you...
Killed the what in the background?
The fly that was going around. You'll hear it on the replay. Which,
Oh, okay.
I was wondering, why is it that you are the one show that goes straight to syndication versus you have your live show at 4, but at the same time, the nightly show replay does not air? Is it because they have to review the whole process first?
Well, I once, Bill Cashin used to be the head of the MPTS. We were once talking about stuff. We weren't talking about that specifically, and all that stuff comes from the error of Gatsis. And I say, why is Gatsis so mad at me? And he says, because you make those videos that make him look like expletive deleted. The word he used begins with an A, just like the word anus, which is, a cognative, but it begins with an A.
So you would consider the bad boy of public access television?
No, that's JKL.
I disagree. You're pretty bad. His replays air right away.
Yes, but, he's JKL. As he'll tell you, he's been 23 years the top guy on Manchester Public TV, which is a lie because the number one show for like 7 years or so was Amsterdam.
Right,
and
you're on.
Used to be, according to Joel Elder, he did not like it when Joel pointed out that theirs was the number one show. Always coming in number 2 in the Hippo for best locally produced show. The winner was always Fritz Weatherby and his show on PBS.
Chronicle, I think.
No, it was not PBS. It was Channel 9.
It's
right?
Chronicle, I believe.
Chronicle,
It's
right.
a good show.
Joel was also convinced that JKL wore a toupee, and allegedly he actually yanked at Joe's hair, but
Oh.
which is actually real. At least it was at the time.
Now, after all these years, you would think that JKL would know who you are.
No, and I like it that way. He has no idea who I am.
Interesting.
John, you sound well. Why aren't you here with us today?
Yeah, why are we celebrating your 3rd-year anniversary without you?
Because I'm at my healthcare provider for the Veterans Administration, and I'm waiting for a MRI of my spine. And it's been quite a way.
Boring.
Could we talk to one of your nurses or doctors
Yes.
by chance?
Can we have some proof that you are where are you, John? Be honest. You're at Matt Connerton's show, aren't you?
No, I've been blackballed from that conference.
Nice.
The bad boy of public
are the
access
bad
TV.
boy.
He poached my guest, Eric Pilcher, and I used to go on Wednesdays, 5 to 6, but now he has medical acts. So, it's just like, like your residency on the morning show ended. So did mine on the Matt Covington show.
Well,
Fair enough. I have quotes from both
about
Eric
that.
Pilcher and Matt Connerton about their time with you.
I think every
Yes.
radio show is wonderful. Absolutely. I'm a big fan, and I love everything that happens here. It's good for the community. And I want to say thank you and happy 2nd-year anniversary, because you are definitely on your way to catching up with that person you were just speaking of. Well,
I'm actually
with the letters.
on Norm's record of 47 years. But if you guys want to do the show next week, come on by. Hopefully I'll be able to swing my Jaxie into the sea. I mean, I've got lumber rolls, I've got pillows. That's
Right.
it. I'm going to bring a pillow. Then I actually... Well, see, the problem with me, because I'm so short, if I use a pillow to make myself go, so I can actually get my chin over the top of the desk, then you see that big pot belly I have, which...
Yeah.
I just miss the days when we had the adjustable chair, because depending on how fat I was, I could adjust the chair, so, they couldn't see how...
John, I will not have this
Black
negative
diet,
talk on
Jerry.
your
There's a
17th
plan
anniversary
for it.
show. I will not have this negative talk. You got to be positive about yourself.
17 years in one
Our
show.
10th season officially starts, because it's 9 years complete today. The 10th season will
Nine?
officially start on the June 21st show. I'm going to be there because it's the longest day of the year, and we'll do
what's it
pagan
called?
rituals. You're both invited.
What's that called? Something.
Thank you.
Something quacks. Quilliquawks, right?
Yep, that's exactly what it's called, Michael.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it's called.
Yeah.
And we'll actually use the Manchester famous background, the one with the moon with the hanging man on it,
Equinox.
and the genie. Maybe we can get the genie to come back.
Yep.
Ooh, the genie. I like the genie. I think I saw the genie.
Yeah, but the genie's not the only one who loves his brass bottle.
Well, let me tell you something. The genie and I, we announced baseball locally on Manchester television, and we'll be doing a Sweeney post game live on television, and that'll
What
start
time? What day?
at 5:30. So I'm gonna skedaddle over to Gill
5:30
Stadium
today?
and do a little color commentary. Yep, we've been doing it for all year. We've had a great year, and we're gonna roll it into the Legion 9-inning baseball league. So that'll be
Great.
nice. Yeah.
Hey, Jake couldn't make it today because we were going to interview him from the shelter.
Yeah.
But he wants to make it in the future, so I'll need you, Gonzo, and you too, Kyle.
Well, yeah.
John.
We can do because the the homeless shelters and the one for the women that hopefully won't close is so important to our community. And I know you, Gonzo, are a big supporter of homeless folks.
I am a big supporter of the homeless, but I'm also a big supporter of everyone. I just want everyone to get along. I also
Right, you're of people.
I also want some homeless people to stop ruining it for everyone else. And, I want to help out the people who need it for sure. And that women's house, I believe it's called
Yeah, the YMCA, the one that the YMCA
Yeah,
was funded.
but that's very
Right.
important because um, there's a lot of women that are getting the an unfair shake when it comes to relationships. Like some men aren't so nice to them, and that's not cool.
Well, this is also about when you figure out it's like for helping these people
true.
for beds, it's like only $230 a month to keep them off of homelessness. So that I think that would be a very money well spent.
I can't wait to talk to this gentleman, and
Yeah, Pat Long is the original Pat Long, because we have the secondary Pat Long is going to be coming on the show next month, who's running for Alderman in Ward 7. Our original Pat Long is the Ward 3 Alderman, is trying to get funds to keep that woman's shelter open. And hopefully, it takes people like us and you, Gonzo, and you, Kyle, to our good wishes and our actions to make sure that happens.
We absolutely do try our best. This is actually, just for the record, this is how John would act anytime. If you sit down with him at a bar or something, he just...
yeah, except for one thing, he doesn't pay for his beer. I always have to pay for it, but that's okay.
Well, that's me converting you.
Not today though, because I don't have a debit card.
Hey, I trade a slot. If you want to be on my show, you got to buy me an $8 beer. It used to be $4, but now it's $8.
Times are changing.
After the show,
I
of
do
course.
thoroughly enjoy your company, though, John.
Yes, we love you, John.
I did try charging people $200, $300, $400, but that didn't make it. By the time I got down to $2, you were my sole conversion. And so I guess I'm getting the better of the deal, huh?
Well, I can say for Kyle, 18 years, not bad, man.
It's been an
Must be
incredible
monotonous. Is there any favorite moments you have, John, with your 18-year anniversary today?
Well, I used to really love doing baseball with Mr. Baseball, John Weeks. When he died, that really was a shocker, and I still miss him.
A lot of people are dying.
And I used to enjoy it when Matt and I had back-to-back shows. So it was fun to be on, to have we'd both be on each other's shows. But I tell you what I didn't know at the time. I didn't want to, at Tuesday nights, I could never get anybody on Alderman because they're all, every other week they're doing their meetings.
Mm.
So I wanted to get a different slot. And I got the 3 p.m. slot, which I later, after Norm died, went to 4. And it's known within media as a death slot. You just can't get any guests.
Well, we got you, bud.
So I miss doing the nights. I wish I'd never changed. But, you live and you learn, right?
That's your favorite moment?
You got to adapt.
Well, Norm was a friend of yours, correct? And we're happy to be in his time slot. And I would love to do a reading if anyone would like to call in. Just, I feel like I'll nail it.
I encourage it. Guys, drop by next week, and hope to see you then.
Yeah, we'll pop in.
All right, Sean. Happy.
Oh, by the way, have either one of you ever gone into an immersion tank? Because I'm going to be doing this weekend.
I would love nothing more than to share an immersion tank with you.
What is that?
I've heard good things, though.
Is that an ice tank?
No.
Oh.
It's like you float in a tank, or they have pods now with a glass ceiling. But as somebody told me, says, why spend the money? Just go jump into a swimming pool. I guess she's right, huh?
Fair enough. Yep.
Well, let the VA pay for it.
Yeah. Hey, take care, guys. Thanks for
Right,
showing up.
Thank you, John.
And
Absolutely.
Happy 20th anniversary today. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was quite the treat.
That it was. Yeah, he might as well just popped in.
18 on the dot.
18-minute call. Yeah, it's his show, and
it's a little rude to go that long, but that's okay.
No, it's his day, and we wish him the best in his MRI. Is that what he's getting?
He's trying to convert, I think.
I'm not sure, but I was flustered. I did have a couple.
Well, I can channel him and answer for him if you like.
No, just friends of the from his show, and just
Oh, you have some moments.
I did.
Oh,
Yes.
that's great, Kyle.
Yes. Just if I could just rattle a couple off real quick.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So again, Matt Connerton said he loves John Hopwood's tons, but his show airs at the same time, sadly, so he couldn't give us a story.
But he did say he loves him.
He did say that.
See, I'm glad there's no problem there because he sounded like he was mad for Eric Pilcher going on his show.
He'll be coming up, but Stephen Light said, I've never spent any significant time with him, but I think he's a very smart and nice guy.
That's nice of Stephen Light.
Very much so. Eric Pilcher said, certainly, and he said, when is it? I can call in. And then he asked me, wait, 4 to 5. So maybe he'll call in. Only time can tell.
That would be a treat.
That would be fantastic.
Eric Pilcher here for another movie breakdown. Today we'll be talking about St. Anselm's Fire. Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, I think it's St. Elmo's Fire.
Elmo love it. Go ahead, sorry.
That's all right. No,
I have ADD,
I'm,
clearly.
I asked our local resident, Kyle Heavey, if he had any stories, and he said, oh, lordy. And he said, I loved when he yelled at you guys enough.
Nice.
I believe that's when he actually stuffed your cell phone into your mouth because you would not stop talking over him.
He did do that. Yep. We've had our ups and downs, our peaks and valleys.
And last, Peter White, I asked him, and he did not respond to me. So, yeah, we all love you, John.
Yeah, I can speak for myself saying that my favorite moment, as I mentioned earlier, was when he would shove phones in my mouth, for sure.
You in his defense, you would not stop talking. Maybe that comes back into your.
Do you have a favorite moment, Kyle, of John Hopwood on his 22nd year anniversary?
Yes, it's when he did the parade with you,
Ooh, that was a good one.
and you could not replicate that kind of electricity in the air.
He was chasing the Miss Teen New Hampshire girl down the street saying, come on my show, come on my show.
Well out of earshot of the camera, but his heart was in the right place. He was trying to interview everybody. You can't teach heart, guys. You cannot teach heart.
And then Santa was handing out Bibles, and he's like, what is this, a Bible? And he gave it back to him.
I truly think, yes. And again, I cannot thank
That's
John enough.
great.
He is a true friend of mine.
I have one here from
It'd be nice if you were prepared
Governor
for
Sununu. John is a pleasure to be around, and boy, is he smart. Wow, that is high praise from Governor Sununu. Wow. And
Those were all-
they just
mine were all
keep
real,
coming
though.
in.
Mine were all real.
Mine's real. Carol Shea Porter says she remembers him at this speech, and he did an articulate job. So, wow, John, high praise from some very high ups in this world. I did ask a few other people, and I was unable to get comment due to the shortage of time that we had before this live show.
That does seem to be a common occurrence.
Yeah,
We had a very short window to prepare for this.
I
But I
couldn't-
did rattle off as many people as I could.
I couldn't convert.
But if any of you have a story you'd like to tell about John Hopwood,
Yeah, maybe we should
you want to open those phone lines?
Maybe we should open our phone lines and make some outbound calls.
I don't think we should do that.
No? Okay.
That sounds like a reach, but
Well, when we're talking about John Hopwood, we want to get, John Hopwood, how many times has he run for something, too?
that I can't tell you.
Well, I can. He's 0 for 7, and his sign is still outside Hannaford on Bicentennial Drive. If you go to Hannaford, take a left. You know that.
If
You
you
don't
took
really
a
go to
right-
Hannaford, but you take the extra left, to the, the state store. But you'll see a John Hopwood for, I don't know, what has he run for? Everything, right?
I can't. He was one of my. He was my running manager. I don't even know what I ran for, but he was so adamant. He gave me so much hope.
John
All I
Hopwood's
needed was 13 more votes, and I would have been something that I had to Google. But
we
he
believed
believed
your,
in me.
We believed in your name, the Clayton name, for sure.
It was again such short notice. He's a man, very impulsive.
I always say a Clayton is a $20 bill. Yours is crinkled up, but it still spends the same. It's still
It's
a
ripped
20.
in half, and it's also a 5. But that's fine.
It's still a 20. It's a Clayton. So congratulations on being born into that.
Thank you. So well, I was trying to prepare these questions and working diligently. Would you like to tell John what you were doing for his bicentennial anniversary?
I had a couple games lined up, a ring toss, an umbrella game, but then I got upset about the debit cards, which I'm still upset about because I'm hungry now and I wanted to go to what's that great place? Oh, the gyro spot. Euro spot. And I wanted to get one of them nice pitas with the things in it.
The French fries.
No French fries. I get fries on the side.
Tzatziki.
The sauce. Tzatziki, yeah. I wanted to get that, but no dice today.
Did you check? I guarantee I'll find that in 2 minutes after we get off the show.
I'll put a reward on it. If you find my debit card, Kyle, I will give you $10. And that goes for anyone out there.
I will never take your wife's
If
money.
you find a card that has my wife's name on it, I'll give you that money. I'll give you $10 for it.
Okay, thank you.
Because it's still, it's still my card, really, in a way. So, can we finish this test, please? We're almost done.
Sure. I was, again, just trying to segue back to John, but lots of people suffer from ADHD. Report the following symptoms. Can you relate to any of them? Lack of motivation. Low self-esteem.
Yes.
Racing thoughts. Difficulty in focusing.
Yeah.
Struggling with competing tasks.
I don't know what a competing...
Chronic lateness.
I don't know what a competing task is.
Frequent mood swings.
Oh, yeah.
Other?
Other? Nah, not so
I'm
much.
going to put other down.
I'm not going to do other, but I would say that I get up on myself and down on myself.
So are you actually going to take... Are you going to take initiative and address this situation, Michael?
Yeah, because I can't live like this anymore. It's just frustrating. And, like Brandon said, he suffered for a whole year without getting the help he needed. And then when he did, you're better now, right?
It's a day at a time.
More gooder?
Now, did the ADD medication, which some people abuse on the streets, Adderall, Ritalin, did that give you a funny feeling? Did it keep you awake, or did it? Well, what I heard is people who need it does the opposite. Is that correct?
That is correct, but there are stimulants and there are non-stimulants, and you don't have to take a stimulant.
But people definitely abuse that, and right now there's a shortage of Adderall. I heard in the state, and people are going out of state to get them. So I hope you guys get better, the people who need them. And the people who are abusing it, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. Because you're just hurting yourself, not anyone else.
Is that true? Do you have sources?
People abuse it.
Well, I know that, but is there actually a shortage in New Hampshire?
Yeah, I heard that.
It's very interesting.
Not like I was looking. I heard it. Although, one thing I could use is probably that. That would probably help me, I think. Something would help me because losing your 3 debit cards and putting them in your sleeve of your jacket. Is that where I put them?
No, you just stuffed them in my clothes for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
So
And then
that's
I handed
just
no,
weird.
that is
Yeah.
weird. But then I handed them to you, Michael, and you completely forgot that whole situation, which is more concerning to me.
You know what I hate when you lose something and someone says, "Well, where'd you last have it?"
I know where I last saw it. It was in your hand when I handed it to you.
Where? Next to the door?
Yeah, yes, I walked inside. I said,
No.
"Why would you put this in my clothes?" And you said, "Oh, I did." And then you texted me saying, "Have you seen my cards?" And I said, "You forgot this whole conversation." And and now you're forgetting the conversation that we had about having that conversation. Equally as concerning.
I was just thinking about that sandwich at that Euro spot. It sounds great, but not today.
A euro. A gyro
Maybe-
is what Daisuke would throw when he first came
Maybe
over.
if I call it in and use the number over the phone, I could still get a delicious sandwich.
Maybe, Michael, you possibly. I would really recommend trying to just retrace your steps and finding those cards because it can't be far.
So let's talk about your shirt. That is a chicken tender, capital of the world shirt, correct?
Correct. It's from Wicked Joyful from the creator Nick LaValle. Yes.
Now Nick LaValle, he's around town. He's in a band called Donaher. Talented gentleman, an artist as well.
I believe it's on the morning show. Before I got there, I was late today, but yes.
It's nice of you to pay for that shirt.
It was a gift.
Wow.
I consider him a very dear friend of mine, but
Very
he has an
dear.
absolutely incredible catalog.
Very dear. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I gotta give him credit.
Did you have any questions, or you're just pointing out this shirt? I was
No,
wearing?
no. I just wanted to shed some light on it. And people can get it at his website, I assume, wickedjoyful.com.
They do go fast. I'm not sure he has any in stock, but
Yeah.
yes, one would assume that's where you could get it. Or in a couple of years, probably thousands of dollars on eBay or Amazon.
Now, you are a chicken tender maker, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that the chicken tenders you make, is there anyone out there that's even close to the ones that you make?
I mean, yes, we've had this conversation.
Have you ever had Shorty's chicken tenders?
Those are different, but no, I wouldn't go to a Mexican or a Tex-Mex restaurant to get chicken tenders.
See, that's offensive to me.
I think they have. I can't get a taco at the back room, so why would I? I would probably get a taco. I'm not knocking their chicken
You're on a
tenders.
slippery slope, Clayton, because my name's Mike Gonzales, and I happen to love tacos, chicken tenders, and cheeseburgers.
Okay, that's Tex-Mex. Yeah.
In fact, I've heard that Margarita's downstairs has the best cheeseburger in town.
Have you heard that?
I've heard it.
Um,
I've heard it from a cheeseburger connoisseur that I would
I'm not
believe.
even gonna pretend anymore. Who did you hear that from?
I heard it from a good source, a man that loves cheeseburgers.
Is okay.
Starts
Who
with-
was voted for this?
Okay.
This is one
All
individual
right.
person. who
His
said
name
this.
was Mike, and he does the scoreboard at lacrosse games.
Okay, I'm familiar.
Now that guy can eat a cheeseburger, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I mean, I think
you
most
go.
people could eat a cheeseburger though. But there's been no. You're just taking one man's opinion, so I don't know where you're going with this.
The only
Say what-
thing that's offensive about it, if you look at the menu, it's called the Gringo Burger or something, which I don't agree with. I don't think slurs belong on menus.
That's. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that as a slur. It's not a compliment necessarily, but it does mean a white person who also enjoys burgers.
Right, at a Mexican restaurant. So it's kind of a slur.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex, you're right. I take it back. So yeah,
You don't think there's any other better burger, like might even compete?
no, I
Do you
don't.
think they have the best pizza because they have pizza now?
Unless you're talking about, you know who has a good burger? I'll tell you what. Fridays. TGI Fridays has a good burger. I hate... Oh, and Wendy's. Wendy's has a good... Oh, Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen
number
has
one
a
in the state, or in the country, by the way.
we have the number one Dairy Queen in the whole world, I
It's
think.
true. No, I mean maybe the world, but definitely the country.
West Side. Is that the West Side, though?
It is the west side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't really rep them
You
that
cross
way,
the river, you're on the west side.
I suppose, but it's still like Manchester. And it's Bedford, too. It's both. But West Side, shout
So
out.
your power rankings for burgers. Let me just, after everything serious we just talked about. your
Friday's
mental
number
illness and
one.
Stuff. So no. You said Margarita's number one. Fridays, Wendy's, Dairy Queen. That's your power rankings of burgers.
Fridays is number one. Let me answer it. Fridays number one. The 99 number two. The Back Room number three, but in a club form, like the
Okay.
Cheeseburger Club. like the toothpicks.
Yeah, I know what I make them. Thank you.
Yeah, and their fries aren't that great, but that's okay. You make those too?
Yeah, but yeah,
Milkshakes are fantastic.
they're fraps.
$9 milkshake, so good. And the Greek salad. So that's my top
You just-
ranking. You?
I don't even know what you just ranked.
Tacos, Greek salad, burgers.
Number one? Are you asking me?
Oh yeah, well number one.
El
tacos.
Rincon is number one.
Where's that
for
at?
tacos? It's right across from the Snow Arena.
At the mall.
No, the Snow Arena, right across from the Snow Arena,
Oh, I haven't heard of that place because they never have
which is
anything
right next to
anymore.
Golden Bow, which is the best pho in town in my opinion.
I mean, Cher's coming. No, is she even coming?
I have no idea.
Oh, Cher passed, didn't she?
Cher's still very much.
Who
with
just
us.
passed away? Someone just died in their home in
I'm trying
Sweden.
to keep up with you right now. You're losing me. Very
I
fast.
have ADD.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, well, we're here for John's 15th anniversary anyway, so, Well, if anyone else doesn't want to call in, we're just going to have to, wrap it up?
We still have 8.5 minutes left, but
Wish I had that game. But, not our strongest show, not our worst. We've had one that absolutely was just, I remember Brandon saying, if you're not going to, you don't have to do the show. And we're like, we'll take that into consideration for sure. But if you want more of me, definitely tune in to channel, I think, 16. And I'll be doing, with Kyle Heavey, the announcing at Gill Stadium for Sweeney Post Baseball. Check that out. Are you going to check it out?
I don't have cable, but if I did, I would. I do thoroughly enjoy Kyle's commentary.
Right, and coming up, we have the Norm's Friends.
That's a show to tune in for.
Oh, yeah, they get big ratings. They even have, real powers. But, yeah, I'd say just cut it, right? Yeah. Anything else? Kyle, you want to say anything to Manchester?
Yeah, I could say so many things about Manchester,
Oh, yeah,
but
go
you
ahead.
just
Sorry.
you were just on a
sorry.
roller coaster.
Sorry, I'm just aggravated. I'm having a bad day, and I told you when something bad happens to me, I have a hard time letting it go. Hence the monotone voice during the whole show.
Well, I guess we all go through things throughout the day, Michael, but when people are trying to help you, always accept that help. When there's guidance and stuff that's put forward towards you, accept that and just don't go rogue and think that everything's always going to work out in the end.
Well, it always has, though. That's the problem. It always has, and now it's starting to catch up to me.
That it is. So why don't we take some time to reflect, maybe go to that doctor's appointment. I would write a couple apology notes, and I just want to reiterate that love you, John Hopwood. It's been an incredible run.
How many years has it been?
I hope there's another 20 years coming, regardless of how many years it has been.
20 years, John Hopwood. Good job, buddy.
I just asked for 20 more.
Well,
And I think he's very handsome, and he should not body shame himself. And that's the problem with this country, is that we have to compete with
right.
social media and stuff like that, and it's unjustifiable. John Hopwood, you're a 10 out of 10 in my eyes, buddy.
Yeah, John, you're all right, and don't body shame yourself. I think he does it as a self-protection measure, like get ahead of it before other
I call
people
that the
do
8
it.
Mile method, yes.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but
That's when you shame yourself before someone else can.
Yeah, yeah.
Specifically, but not limited to a rap battle.
oh, the 8 Mile, like when B Rabbit did it.
Correct.
To the Free World.
Yep, we can go with that.
Nice, that was a good movie. Eric Pilcher should review that sometime.
I believe
Maybe next week.
they have a set schedule, but yeah, I didn't think you're really gonna jump off the ship like that this early. So
Well, no, it's just, I don't know. I was going to try to make myself cry, but I don't even know if I have tears anymore. I'm out of tears.
maybe you should hydrate. And yeah, we'll go from there. But what time is your 5:30? You said for your baseball game.
Yeah. Get a skedaddle over to Gil.
Got to skedaddle over to Gil. I will do my best to be on the morning show 7 to 9.
Yeah, that's
95.3.
great.
And that's where you
I
can find
listen.
me.
No, I listen every day. You're great.
I truly appreciate that.
You guys are all great. I love everyone on that show. Perfect.
Thank you, buddy. So yeah, thanks for making it weird. And I love you, Manchester. And I guess that's
Sorry.
you should be sorry.
I'm sorry.
We're doing fine.